So, how are you? How was work today?
I'm doing okay. Work was fine. It was very busy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you make some good tips?
I sure did. I
Uh,
made a lot of good money today.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. So, I know that you went through the informed consent, but I just kind of like to go through a couple things right off the bat, like some kind of housekeeping. So, there was a lot to kind of read through there. If you do have any questions, just please let me know.
Okay.
I'm an open book. And so, some of the things that I like to point out is like the confidentiality. So, you are going to be the only one, and your insurance are going to be the only ones that have access to your records. Kind of what you say here stays here. I got that mentality. Unless you report some child abuse or vulnerable adult abuse, backdating about 3 years.
Okay.
So, and I always like to let people know. So, like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, yeah, we can kind of just dig into things.
Sure.
Okay, so what brings you in?
Um, been having trouble sleeping and just feeling really nervous, just in general about things. Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, I bet.
Mhm.
How long has the overwhelming feelings been going on for?
Um, I mean, it's been getting worse the last few weeks, but I've always kind of had a nervous temperament, I guess.
Okay. Is there anything that you can think of that's changed in the past couple of weeks that maybe has had that uptick?
Um, I got a new job, but I really like it, so I don't feel like that's been stressing me out too much. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, sometimes even if things are positive, they can still be kind of nerve-wracking too.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and then so you said sleep hasn't been the greatest either.
No, I wake up a lot. Yeah.
Okay. And has that been going on like the same amount of time or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually a pretty good sleeper, but yeah, every once in a while I'll go through these little spurts of just waking up multiple times throughout the night. Usually when I'm feeling more anxious and nervous.
Sure. That sounds like that's probably going to interfere with like your whole day then too.
Oh yeah, 'cause I'm tired and yeah.
Okay. Has there been anything in the past that's like helped with sleep or?
Not really. I've never really been on any like sleep medications. Um, every once in a while I'll take some melatonin, but it's really hit or miss. I feel like that's more placebo than anything. Um, but yeah, no, not really.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're at all interested, we can kind of like brainstorm some things that you can do to kind of help with like a more of a nighttime routine.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah. So, what time do you usually go to bed?
Oh, it's different every night. Usually, I work in the morning, so I try to go to bed, between like 8 and 9, but sometimes I'm up to like 1. So sometimes I'll be laying down early and I can't fall asleep, and sometimes, I'll be laying down later. Yeah, it's not very consistent.
Okay. Hey, I mean, I think we've all been there, right? Where it's a little bit more difficult to kind of get on that routine. Do you think routine is something that is helpful for you? Have you ever explored something like that in the past?
Never really. I mean, I guess I've tried it, but not long enough to make it a habit to really see if it, I don't know, does anything, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you be interested at all in kind of starting a routine?
Yeah, just like try to go to the same time, like go to bed at the same time every night, brush my teeth at the same time, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think those are really great ways to kind of start with that. I'm wondering too if there are like smaller steps that can kind of get you to that place because, as much as we'd like to say, oh, tonight I'm going to go to bed at 8 o'clock and I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to do all of these rituals, it's probably not likely that those are going to stick. So I always like to go with more like manageable, smaller goals. So is there any, like one thing in maybe particular that you feel like you could accomplish?
Maybe getting off my laptop at a certain time.
Okay. You seem a little hesitant about that.
I like to play my video games.
Okay. What about the video games that are enjoyable?
It's fun. I don't know. I get to play with other people, and I get to kill monsters, and it's just rewarding.
Sure.
Fun.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
What game?
Right now I'm playing World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I did not know that World of Warcraft was still like around. That's
Yeah.
actually awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, kind of going back to the routine thing, yeah, it might be good to set more of like a limit, or even if maybe, let's say you do 2-3 hours of WoW a day, limiting it to 2 or 1.5 hours. Could try exploring that and see how it goes.
Yeah. Try.
Do you feel like you get a lot of your, I guess, like engaging or interpersonal relationships out through WoW, or do you feel like you are able to get a lot of that through work, or?
Yeah, I feel like most of my social interaction is probably work or dating.
Okay.
You know, it's not a whole lot of like, I don't know, going out to coffee or whatever it is people do when they have friends. I don't know.
Okay. I'm kind of noticing some judgments that you're putting on yourself. Am I correct in that? Well, you use the quote like normal, what normal people do, or the normal activities.
Yeah, I guess I don't think it's judgment in a bad way.
Okay.
I just don't really know what people do these days, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. Is that something that you are wanting to explore? Is like learning to meet people in more of like your everyday life? Or are you happy with how you interact and how you have friends?
I think I'm happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good. So it sounds like that kind of like realm of social interest is kind of being played out with pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because this is kind of our first session, I also kind of want to know a little bit about like your family life, or history, things like that. Do you mind exploring that with me?
Sure. I have 2 older brothers, a younger sister. They are both mechanical. My brothers are both mechanical engineers. My sister owns a cafe. My parents are a lawyer and a marine biologist in the Minnesota Zoo. Yeah, so I mean, my mom was always super busy with work, and so was my dad. But our relationship is good. I mean, I guess any normal family, you know.
The term normal came up again. That's interesting.
Yeah, you know, we had the picket fence and the dog and the cat, and nothing really ever went wrong, I guess. I mean, sure, families struggle from time to time, but did the best we could.
Okay. How would you say your relationship is with like your mom?
I mean, I guess it's fine. Like I said, they're just so busy. You know, it's hard to find time. With maybe just the holidays and stuff.
Was that how things were growing up for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was always around. He was the one who like helped me mostly with school and stuff, because my mom was studying for the bar when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But I never felt like they weren't there.
Okay. And then how about your brothers and your sister? How would you say your relationship is with them?
My brother's awesome. They got me into gaming, big nerds.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of the reason I like to do what I do now. But then with their mechanical engineering jobs, they're busy too, and then my sister's just always like got her head in the cafe, wanting to make sure everything's running good. But my relationship with my oldest brother is good. We talk a lot, like, on Facebook and stuff.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that, and also that's really cool too. That like that's where you got the gaming side from them too.
Mm-hmm.
Do they play WoW as well, or do they do kind of different?
They used to play WoW, but they play more like shooters and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
First person shooter games. Things
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are fun too. But yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
eh.
Not really your thing.
No.
Okay. Okay, well, so I'm glad to hear that you've got the good relationship with them. But yeah, it sounds like a lot of the time family is busy.
Yeah.
And so how would you say that your like living structure is? I know that you currently live in a sober home. How is that going for you?
I mean, it's fine. A lot of in and out. It's hard living with so many women. 'Cause I feel like I just don't. I'm gonna say the word normal again, but I just feel like I'm not normal compared to everybody. I'm always like gaming or something, and I get kind of judged for that. And I don't know. It's just hard to find a lot in common with everybody, you know. But for the most part, it's okay. You know, there's drama here and there, but
Okay.
it helps me stay sober.
Yeah, I mean, and that's great. How long have you been sober?
About 40-ish days, 48 days.
Congratulations. That's incredible.
Thanks. It's the longest I've ever been sober.
That's awesome. That really is like a huge accomplishment. So I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, so you mentioned all the other girls in the house and how you feel like sometimes you're being judged.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt like you can bring that up to anybody?
I mean, I guess I could. I know I could, but I just don't want to make waves or make the situation worse, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. Yeah, so I mean, are there any women around in the house that you do feel like you do have a somewhat of a connection, even if it's maybe not, you know, the exact same interests or things like that, but
Well, the house manager's nice because we can talk about. She loves cats too,
okay.
and so we always are showing each other cat memes and stuff. Something that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, there's kind of a lot that goes on in this first session, and I like to be a little bit more thorough. So if I do kind of ask you some of these same questions over again, I apologize. I know they can be kind of overwhelming. But I kind of want to jump back to like growing up. And so you said that are you in the middle, or are you?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got 2 older brothers and a younger sister.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then how was your relationship with them growing up? I know you got a good relationship now.
It's okay. Like me and my oldest brother, like he's 7 years older than me. I feel like he kind of did a lot of like the parenting stuff, you know, when my parents were at work.
Mm-hmm.
My relationship with him was great. He was always helping with school, and we were always like playing like PlayStation 2 and all of that. And I mean, my sister, when I was growing up, my sister was really little, so a lot of our relationship then was just like, you know, she was a baby, you know, and then I got older, and then I started drinking and everything, and you know, by then she was a teenager, and I was just kind of off the handle, so we never really had a relationship really outside of childhood. Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of curious. What do you mean by like off the handle?
Just, you know, drinking a lot, you know, not kind of staying out with friends and not really coming home too often and checking in and yeah, I moved out when I was 17 with a guy that I was dating. So after that, I really kind of not lost touch completely, but kind of lost touch with everybody, you know, because I was just not doing my own thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So it sounds like some more drinking. How about like drug use?
Yeah. I mean, nothing like crazy. I've smoked pot a couple times, but I didn't like it.
Okay.
I tried Molly and ecstasy and that stuff, but mostly just drinking.
Just drinking. Okay. Okay. And so, how old was your sister when you had moved out?
She moved out when I was 17, so she would have been like 13.
Okay. So yeah, pretty young, and now you guys are kind of reconnecting as much as you can, or would you say that that's probably not accurate?
It's not accurate. I mean, we talk a little bit here and there, maybe on like through text or something, but then we only really see each other on holidays.
Okay. Is she aware of your journey in sobriety?
Yes. She's probably more aware of my journey in alcoholism, but she knows I'm sober. My family knows.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten much into that, but how has your family felt about like your sobriety and where you are now?
They're super supportive.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. They're all, I don't really drink. I'm the only one. So I guess I feel like they maybe don't get it or didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, I mean, they're happy for me, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, that's understandable that somebody that maybe hasn't been there won't truly understand. Do you know if they're open to doing like any kind of classes or like getting any information about what it's like to be, you know, to know somebody with a substance abuse disorder?
Well, I mean, when I went to Hazelden, they came to Family Day.
They did.
And stuff, yeah. But I mean, I guess I've never really talked to them about it since then, about anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and that's completely okay if that's kind of where you're feeling
Yeah.
like right now.
I guess I never thought about it. Maybe they do it.
Yeah, I think right now it's good that it sounds like you're really focusing on your sobriety and what's going to be best for you, and kind of like putting all those other things to the sidelines. Not that they're not important, but that your sobriety is going to be the most important thing right now.